We took a look that there's 200 to 300 organizations in Washington state that work on homelessness. Well, that means 2,000 to 3,000 board members who have stepped forward and declared that this is important to them. Yet when I would go down to Olympia or I'd be in DC or talking to any level of government, I never saw a board member.
When I look at organizations that are involved in fundraising and involved in advocacy, I want to make sure that they have a board that advocates.
You know, the business of deciding what causes, what organizations to support is not a simple matter, but certainly the fundamental element is to develop the conviction that this is an organization that's effective, that has promise of getting something done. And there are a number of ingredients in that, obviously, in fundraising, for example. But certainly a major element of measuring that kind of effectiveness for most organizations where there is governmental participation is the effectiveness and the willingness of the folks involved in those organizations to be advocates.
As president and CEO of the Seattle Foundation, we look at what happens on a board and what happens with an organization, and we look for those champions, we look for those advocates. We want to make sure that they're board members who contribute not only their money, but their time. Your time is as important as the dollar contributions that people could make, and you'd be surprised how much leverage you have in doing that.
The homelessness cause is one which is perhaps as much as any other virtually totally dependent upon the activities of state and county governments and city governments for that matter. So having the time and the willingness to take a few minutes to call on your councilman or your legislature has everything to do with moving the cause ahead.
Any particular nonprofit cannot solve this on their own. And if you're on a board of a nonprofit, your fiduciary responsibility is to go out and raise money to solve the problem, the mission of whatever it is, of your group. And the first place you should go would be, to me, looking as a business person, get the biggest bang for the buck.
When a public hearing goes about and people are trying to put priorities around housing or other issues, if you're not there to talk about homelessness, those dollars can go away. If you aren't there to knock on the door or the key legislator or committee chair, those dollars can go away. So every time you stand up as an advocate, you are ensuring that your voice is going to be heard, and you have a darn good chance of getting that vote to fund those dollars, to fund the issues that you care about.
In this cause, our relationship with those folks and with the county and state government is, it is perhaps the critical element.